Hello everybody. Welcome to my follow-up video for Victorialand by Cocteau Twins. For those of you who don't know, about a week after I listened to an album in my first reaction videos, I will do a follow-up video where I kind of explain how I'm feeling about the album after a week or so's time, after all the dust has settled and I've had time to kind of listen to the music and let it kind of soak in a little bit more. Sometimes my opinions change, sometimes they stay the exact same, and the video is like a minute and a half long and I have nothing to say. Victorialand. Fantastic album. One of my favorites from Cocteau Twins for sure, but I almost don't consider it a Cocteau Twins album because it does something quite different from the other albums of theirs that I've heard so far. It's not super straightforward, very ambient, very progressive, almost has this post-rock mentality, but it's very stripped back. Lazy Calm, opening track, my favorite hands down. I love the saxophone. It's just like that. That's the kind of song that I can put on at like any time, and I'm just like, it reinforces sadness, it reinforces happiness. It's good. Other ones that I enjoy, Fluffy Tufts is nice and fun. Throughout the dark months of April and May, this awesome acoustic guitar thing going on in there. Tracks like Whale's Tales, Ooming Mac, and even Little Spacey a little bit remind me of Pandora off of Treasure, which I believe was the album before, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I vibe with that track a lot, and I love those three tracks. Feet Like Fins, How to Bring a Blush to the Snow, and The Thinner the Air are probably my least favorites. Not that I dislike any of them, it's just I don't really know how to describe it. They just kind of feel a little bit less impactful or potent, I guess. It just kind of feels like a come down off the album, which in a way isn't bad. But as just individual tracks, they just don't quite pack as much of a punch to me as some of the earlier ones in the album. But I love this thing. I would love to have this on vinyl. This is the kind of Cocteau Twins I can put on in the background and it really sets a mood. I don't have to pay super close attention to it because it is very ambient, very progressive. And it's not set in a genre that kind of demands your attention, which is kind of my problem with Garlands and Head Over Heels, which they had this post-punk goth thing happening, and it just didn't work with the way that they were making the music, at least in my mind. I just don't like that kind of energy stretched out over a while, and that's something I had to grapple with Disintegration by The Cure for a while, because they had that post-punk goth vibe, and they had 8-9 minute long songs on that album. But in a way that started to finally kind of click, and it was really in the production and the composition. I feel like early Cocteau Twins is just a little too abrasive and in your face, trying to be Susie and the Banshees, and it just didn't jive with me. It was too like a really kind of annoying sound that you always hear in the background, and it's like I'm drawn to it. Not saying that they're annoying songs, but it's like you kind of have to pay attention, and when I do, I just get kind of bored. But Victorialand, fantastic. I'll come back to this thing quite often. And that is how I feel about Victorialand. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you later.